Welcome, viewer, to tonight's terrifying tales from disasters, a trilogy of horror. Dive into the world of horror with 3 chilling disaster stories that will leave you on the edge of your seat. From a peaceful town unaware of the looming disaster to an idyllic cruise turning into a nightmare and a groundbreaking experiment gone awry, these tales of terror are not for the faint-hearted. In our first story, an unsuspecting town goes about its daily life, blissfully ignorant of the catastrophe that's about to unfold. The serene atmosphere belies the impending doom, setting the stage for a series of events that will test the limits of human endurance and spirit. As dark clouds begin to gather on the horizon, an unnatural storm brews, signaling the beginning of the end. The townsfolk, still unaware of the danger, carry on, unaware that their lives are about to change forever. The storm's approach marks the first chapter of their harrowing journey. The first drops of rain, though seemingly innocuous, bring a deadly secret. Acidic in nature, they start to corrode everything they touch, marking the onset of chaos. As buildings and skin alike fall prey to the rain's wrath, the true horror of the situation begins to dawn on the terrified survivors. Panic spreads like wildfire as the acid rain intensifies, leaving destruction in its wake. The community scrambles to find shelter, their lives turned upside down in an instant. Amidst the devastation, a glimmer of hope emerges as survivors band together, seeking refuge and solutions to their unprecedented plight. In the aftermath of the acid rain catastrophe, survivors huddled together, forming a makeshift community amidst the chaos. They shared stories of loss and resilience, clinging to the vestiges of hope. Amidst the despair, a rumor surfaced about an antidote that could reverse the acidic destruction, located in a distant laboratory. Determined to reclaim their lives, a group of survivors embarked on a perilous journey through the decaying landscape. The world they once knew was now a treacherous wasteland, marked by the remnants of civilization and the eerie silence of abandonment. Every step forward was a defiance of the doom that loomed over them. As they ventured deeper into the unknown, the group encountered grotesque mutations, creatures twisted beyond recognition by the acid rain. These encounters were not just battles for survival, but a stark reminder of the consequences of environmental recklessness. Each victory, though harrowing, fortified their resolve to find the antidote. The laboratory, a beacon of hope in a desolate world, finally came into view. However, it was far from a sanctuary. Guarded by the most fearsome mutations, it stood as the ultimate test of their determination. The survivors realized that securing the antidote would demand a sacrifice they hadn't anticipated. The confrontation with the mutated guardians was brutal and unforgiving. Every survivor fought with the desperation of those who have nothing left to lose. The battle was not just for the antidote, but for the chance to start anew, to heal a world scarred by disaster. The stakes had never been higher. The survivors, with their backs against the wall, knew the antidote was their only chance. Every second mattered as the acid rain continued its ruthless destruction. The battle for survival wasn't just against the rain anymore, but also against time. Securing the antidote meant a sliver of hope, a chance to reverse the apocalyptic damage that had been unleashed upon their world. As they embarked on the perilous journey, the landscape around them bore witness to the devastation. Buildings lay in ruins, their structures almost unrecognizable. The very earth seemed to have turned against them, with mutated creatures lurking at every corner, a ghastly reminder of the rain's corrosive touch. The laboratory, once a beacon of scientific achievement, now stood as a fortress amidst chaos, guarded by the most horrific mutations. These creatures, once perhaps human, had become something else entirely, a testament to the rain's unforgiving nature. The survivors knew that breaching this last line of defense was crucial. The confrontation was inevitable. It was a battle that pitted the remnants of humanity against the grotesque offspring of their own demise. Every step forward was bought with courage and resolve. The survivors fought not just for the antidote, but for the future of all those who had been affected by this catastrophe. Finally, with the antidote secured, a new chapter began. The fight to reverse the damage was monumental, but armed with hope and determination, the survivors set forth. Their journey was a testament to the human spirit's resilience, a beacon of light in the darkest of times. As the mysterious fog enveloped the ship, passengers began to vanish into thin air. Whispers of spectral figures lurking in the mist set nerves on edge. The atmosphere turned eerie, with each disappearing act more baffling than the last. It became clear that something otherworldly was at play, shrouded within the impenetrable fog. The discovery of the captain's body intensified the fear. Found dead in his room, which was locked from the inside, it posed a chilling mystery. This grim find propelled the passengers into action. Groups formed, each determined to solve the mystery and survive the ghostly predicament they found themselves in. In a twist of fate, a hidden journal belonging to the captain surfaced. The entries revealed the ship's cursed past and hinted at the existence of an ancient artifact. This artifact, according to the journal, was the key to lifting the fog and freeing the ship from its spectral captors. The quest to find the artifact led to encounters with the ship's ghostly crew. Bound to the ship by the curse, they roamed its decks, a constant reminder of the fate that could befall the living. Each encounter brought the survivors closer to the artifact, but also deeper into the grips of despair. Finally, the artifact was located, but not without challenge. Guarded by the spectral captain, it symbolized the last stand between the living and the damned. The showdown was tense, with the fate of everyone on board hanging in the balance. Triumph over the ghostly entities meant not just survival, but breaking the curse that held the ship in its ghostly fall. In a desperate race against time, the survivors scour the haunted vessel for the ancient artifact, believed to be the source of the cursed fog. Legend spoke of its power, a relic bound by tragedy and sorrow. Its discovery became their only hope, a beacon in the endless ghostly mist. Encounters with the ghostly crew grew frequent and terrifying as the survivors neared the artifact's location. These spectral figures, once sailors bound to serve the ship eternally, now wandered restlessly, their unfinished business anchoring them to the mortal realm. Each apparition told a story of despair, a warning to those still living. The artifact was finally found but protected fiercely by the spectral captain, his soul the most tormented of all. He was not just a guardian of the relic, but also a prisoner to its curse. The showdown was inevitable, a clash between the living's desire for freedom and the dead's longing for release. With courage and determination, the survivors faced the spectral entities in a battle for their lives and souls. The confrontation was intense, a test of wills where the stakes couldn't be higher. Victory meant not just survival, but liberation for the ghostly crew, an end to their eternal watch. As the curse lifted, the fog that had been their prison began to dissipate, revealing the path to safety. The survivors, forever changed by their ordeal, stepped into the light of day, the ship's mysteries and its ghostly inhabitants left behind. They reached the shore, the weight of their experiences a silent companion as they walked away from the sea's haunting embrace. In a groundbreaking experiment aimed at revolutionizing energy sources, scientists inadvertently triggered a catastrophe. A massive explosion rocked the city, leaving devastation in its wake. A radioactive shadow loomed over the ruins, casting a pall of death and despair over the survivors who emerged from the rubble. In the aftermath, an unforeseen horror began to unfold. The radiation, far from being a mere poisonous legacy, possessed the terrifying ability to reanimate the dead. These creatures, once loved ones and neighbors, now hungered insatiably for the flesh of the living. The city, once a bustling hub of life, transformed overnight into a nightmarish battleground for survival. Amidst the chaos, a group of survivors banded together, driven by the hope of finding safety in a world turned upside down. Their resolve was tested at every turn by the relentless undead, but within their ranks, a fierce determination to live kindled a light in the darkness. Their journey led them to a scientist who claimed to possess the cure for the horrifying condition that had befallen the dead. With hope fueling their steps, they embarked on a treacherous journey to his lab, navigating through hordes of the undead and the ruins of their city. However, the promise of salvation was not as it seemed. Betrayal awaited them at their destination, revealing the cure as nothing more than a trap set by a scientist driven mad by guilt and despair. This twist of fate forced the survivors to confront not only the external threat of the undead, but also the internal demons of betrayal and madness. In the aftermath of the catastrophic event that turned the dead into ravenous creatures, a beacon of hope emerged. A group of survivors, battered but unbroken, discovered a scientist who claimed to possess a cure for the apocalyptic nightmare. With nothing left to lose, they set their sights on reaching his lab, driven by the faint glimmer of hope that humanity could be saved from the brink of extinction. The journey to the scientist's lab was fraught with danger. The once familiar city streets had transformed into a labyrinth of death, teeming with the undead at every turn. Every step forward was a battle for survival, with the group facing not just the relentless hordes of the undead, but also the collapse of the society they once knew. Trust in each other and their shared goal was the only thing keeping them moving forward. However, as they neared their destination, the group's unity began to fray. Tensions that had been simmering beneath the surface erupted, leading to a bitter struggle for power and control. Betrayal from within threatened to destroy them before the undead could, highlighting the fragile nature of trust in a world turned upside down. Their arrival at the lab revealed the harrowing truth. The promised cure was a trap. The scientist, driven mad by guilt over his role in the catastrophe, had no intention of saving humanity. Instead, his twisted experiments only added to the horrors that the survivors had to face, forcing them to confront the possibility that their journey might have been in vain. In the face of utter despair, the group made a final, desperate stand against the undead. It was a moment of sacrifice and bravery that ultimately led them to discover a real cure, hidden away by the scientist in his madness. This discovery offered a new dawn for the survivors, a chance to rebuild and heal in a world forever scarred by disaster. In a world shrouded in darkness, the survivors' discovery of a real cure brought a glimmer of hope. Amidst the ruins and the loss, this breakthrough represented not just a chance at survival, but a promise of renewal. It was a testament to the indomitable will to reclaim life from the clutches of catastrophe. Rebuilding society in the aftermath was no small feat. The survivors, guided by the lessons of the past, forged a new world from the ashes of despair. This new society stood as a beacon of resilience, a reminder of what can be achieved when humanity unites in the face of adversity. The journey through horror culminated in profound reflections on survival. It highlighted the incredible strength of the human spirit, capable of triumphing over unimaginable horrors. The tales of those who endured served as a powerful testament to the capacity for hope and courage in the darkest of times. A poignant warning emerged from the echoes of the past, the critical importance of preparedness and respect for nature. These stories underscored the need for vigilance and responsibility to prevent such disasters from ever recurring. They reminded us that the balance with nature is delicate and must be preserved with care. As the curtain fell on this journey through terror, the resilience of humanity shone the brightest. The tales of survival, of rebuilding, and of hope served as a beacon, illuminating the strength and perseverance that define the human condition. In the face of darkness, the enduring light of human resolve never wavers. This brings us to the end of our trilogy for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed our cautionary tales. If you would like to see more of our horror stories, please like and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more terror tales. For now, sleep well, viewer, and we hope to see you next time.